Welcome back to Shadow Rift First Edition. We're going to be getting into some more gameplay, and yes, the monsters are going to start coming out this turn. Now, we've accumulated 3 gold from the last couple of turns, and so that just stays out here on the board, and it was with player 1, but these gold coins can be given to other players, so I look at them as kind of a community gold chest. Alright, so they're going to follow the order here. The first thing we do is draw cards. So we're going to draw 5 cards for player 1. Let's see what they get. They get the Explorer card, Prowess, 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 and a Quick Attack Strike card. So that's the 5 cards for player 1, and player 2, 5 cards, Prowess, Seal, Strike, Prowess, and Prowess. Okay, so that's what we have for cards. And now it is time to refresh the town. So I've reshuffled all of the town cards. And we're going to take the top 5, and they're going to come out in town. Alright, so we have a guard. Alright, we also have, oh great, the robber comes out. Infiltrator, a hero may discard an attack to remove the robber from play. And when it's removed from play, it just goes back to the bottom of the Traveler deck. All cards that cost any gold coins cost 2 extra to buy, so the robber is very annoying to have in our town. We have the farmer, which is good, gives us +1 prowess. 1 player can use it. We have the mayor again. Play an extra action this turn, and our 5th townsfolk is the merchant. Take a coin, so more gold. So that's excellent. And I'm just going to readjust the camera here a little bit. And we're going to then do the next step, which is refreshing the travelers. Alright, so we have 2 more travelers that are going to be showing up. And of course we know one of them because we looked last time. We have the Grave Digger. And if we get him into our town, we can spend a gold to remove a corpse from play. It costs 3 prowess and 3 gold to recruit him to the town. And next up we have the Baker. Baker is also useful. Each hero may remove a wound from in hand. Okay, 4 and costs 1 gold. So the Baker is also a very useful townsfolk person to have if we can recruit them. Alright, that is refreshing the travelers. Now we're going to go over to the monster area and follow it there. So we're going to have monsters in play, act, and then monsters gain power, add new monsters. And then we'll have the heroes take their turns. Alright, here we are in what I call the monster area. And the first thing we have to do is monsters in play act. Well, right now we have no monsters in play. Monsters gain power. Well, we're at 4, and because it's a 2-player game, and we're going through, it's going to add +2 power. So we're going to go from 4 power to 6. Okay, now it's add new monsters. Well, we've been waiting on this one. To recruit this one, or to put this one in play, costs 5. We have 6, so this is going to drop down to 1, and this now is going to go onto the start space. So this monster is now in play, which means it's valid to be hit. You can start beating it down and trying to kill it before it escapes off the area here. And it's going to do some nasty things when it moves, but right now it just comes in play. We still have 1 power left, so we're going to flip over the next card. We're going to keep putting monsters in play until we don't have enough power to do so. And the top one here is the Beast of Bones. It costs 8 power to put in play, so that's really a lot. It's 9 health. Wow, 3 symbols on the side. Beast of Bone costs $2 less per zombie in play. Oh, 2 less per zombie in play. Okay, so we don't have any zombies in play, luckily for us. So this is still going to remain at 8. And it has kill the Master at Arms as the first, then kill the Mayor and break a wall. So, wow, I don't really want to have him on the top of the deck. But luckily we only have 1. It's not coming into play. And now, that was add new monsters. So now it is time for our heroes to act. So let's go back to the hero area and do our turn. And get our heroes act out of the way. Alright, our 2 heroes here, player 1 and player 2, have decisions to make. I think the first thing I'm going to do for player 1 is we're going to do their action. And their action is going to be look at the top card of the Traveler deck. You may put it on the bottom of the deck. And we're going to use both parts of this. We're going to spend a gold coin, which means you may put the top card of the monster deck on the bottom. We really want to do that. I don't think we want Beast of Bones coming out anytime in the near future. And so we're going to spend 1 gold, and we're going to do both of these actions. All right, so we have 3 gold coins. We're going to spend 1. So we're going to put that in. And you can do things in any order you want, and you can go bounce from player to player, so it doesn't matter. All right, so the first thing is we're going to look at the top card of the Traveler deck. You can put it on the bottom of the Traveler deck if you want. So the Traveler deck is here. The top, is the Witch. You can use her for 1 magic. She costs 4, but no gold. Excellent. So we're going to leave her on top of the Traveler deck, because we're going to want to recruit her if we can. And we spent the 1 gold, so you may put the top card, the monster deck, on the bottom of the monster deck. And as we know, this is on top of the monster deck. We're going to take it, we're going to shove it to the bottom of the monster deck. So away it goes right to the very bottom. So that one will not be seen for a long time. And that's basically spending this card. So this is going to go into our discard pile. We're not done yet, and we still have quite a bit to do. Next thing we're going to do for player 1 is we have a quick action attack. Now, I don't like the robber. The robber is pretty annoying. And things to all cards that cost money cost 2 extra to buy. But I don't think the Explorer. This you may put. This was not a bot card. This was just activating an ability. So the robber doesn't come into effect for that. It's just if you buy a card that costs gold, it costs 2 more. Anyway, a hero may discard an attack to remove robber from play. So we're going to discard our quick action attack strike to remove the robber from play. So this is going to go into our discard for player 1. The robber is chucked out of town. And what that means is it is going to go it's going to go on the bottom of the Traveler deck. So it gets recycled again, but we kick the robber out of town. Excellent. So player 1's left with 3 prowess, and what do they want to do? I think with 3, boy oh boy, I think with 3 we're going to go ahead and we're going to buy a Might. And the Might card costs 3, so that's going to go into our discard pile. Basically player 1 has done everything they can do. Over to player 2, and you don't have to do it that way, I just did it that way. Wow, what do we want to do? So we have a seal, which, I don't know. We have 3 prowess, a strike card. We probably should start hitting the Reanimator. And if we spend 2 of the prowess, we can make this a ranged attack. And I should mention the player 1 is going to use the merchant. And he's going to use the merchant, which says take 1 coin. And so the merchant then goes into the discard pile, and we get to take a coin. So our coin stash then goes from 2 to 3. Player 2 is also going to use one of the townsfolk. He is going to use the farmer, which gives him 1 bonus prowess. So farmer goes away, so he's going to get an extra prowess. So instead of having 3, he's got 4. And with the 4 prowess that he has, I think he's going to go ahead and get another fireball. Now remember, player 2, we're trying to ramp up for magic. So player 2 is going to go ahead and spend the 4 prowess and get a fireball. So all of this is going to go into the discard pile. And what's left is a seal and a strike card. Now we could hit the Reanimator for 1 melee hit, but then we would have to take 1 wound. And this says you may put a card the monster power area, the bottom of the monster deck. Well, the monster power area. We have none in the power area. This card's kind of useless for us at the moment. The only other option we have is to hit the Reanimator and take a wound. Do we want to do that? I don't know if we want to. Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to do that. We're going to do the quick attack strike, and we're going to hit the Reanimator. This card is of no use to us. We're going to hit the Reanimator, who's right here, for 1 damage. I'm just going to use these little mini dice here to designate damage. So It has now 1 damage of 6 hit points on it. But unfortunately, because it was a melee attack, it means we have to take 1 wound. And it doesn't matter how much damage you do to a single monster, you will take 1 wound. And this goes in your discard pile. So we have a wound card. It's an affliction. And you can pay 2 prowess to remove the wound from your hand. If removed, put this card back on the wound stack. So there's a whole pile of these. So this unfortunately goes into our discard pile. It's going to clutter up our hand a little bit. That is the end of Hero's Act. And so we're just going to go right ahead and we're going to do another turn. So we'll just keep the camera rolling here. So first thing we do is we draw cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards for player 1. Player 1 now gets prowess, 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 and strike. Okay, well, lots of prowess. We still have 3 gold in the reserve here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. For player 2, they get prowess, explore, prowess, fireball, and prowess. Okay, well, that's drawing the cards. So now we know what we're dealing with. Next up, we refresh the town. So anybody who's in the town gets discarded, and we draw 5 new townspeople off the top of the town deck. So who do we get in town this time? Well, we get a guard. It's always good to have guard. We get another guard. We get another guard. Wow. Let's get some useful guys. We get the stonemason. Reduce the cost of a wall by 2 gold. So maybe we'll build a wall this time. I don't know. We have the child you can't lose, and the child's in play. So not a whole lot of help from the town this turn. Travelers. Our 2 travelers go away. We didn't buy any of them. They just go on the bottom of the deck, and we're going to get 2 new travelers showing up in town. And who are they? We have the witch, as we knew was coming up. We also have, the heretic. He's another infiltrator. A hero may pay a magic to remove a heretic from play. The first hero to play a spell this round takes a wound. So you can pay 1 magic to chuck him out of town. If you don't, when you use a spell, you're going to take a wound. So unfortunately, the heretic is just going to go right into our discard pile for town. So he's going to be showing up at some point. Not good. That takes care of refreshing the town, refreshing the travelers. Now we go to Monsters in Play Act. So let's go to the monster area and deal with that. Alright, so we're over here and it's Monsters in Play Act. So how this happens is you really start at number 3. If there are any monsters on 3, they exit the board to the power area. So there's none on 3, then 2 would go to 3, 1 would go to 2, the start would go to 1. So because we only have 1 monster, the start monster here, the Reanimator with 1 damage on it, goes to number 1. Well, what does it do when it's number 1? It says activate powers. Well, powers would be specific cards that are out in this area. We don't have any, so it doesn't really do anything to us at the moment. Still 5 hit points left. We do want to try and get rid of this guy for good, and that will give us some heroism cards as well, which are very beneficial. Alright, that was Monsters in Play Act. Monsters gain power. Yep. Okay, so we're at 1. We're going to go to 3. So now we have 3 power. Now we add new monsters. What's the top of the deck? It's another Reanimator, and it costs 5. So it will not be coming out. So there's another Reanimator. At 5, we only have 3 power. Not going to happen. And so that's the end of Add New Monsters. Now, if this one goes to 2 next time, just looking at if there's a corpse in play, remove it and add a zombie, which we don't really want to do. Okay. We're going to now finish this episode with the Hero's Act, and we're going to see what we're going to do. Okay, here we are. I think we're going to look at player 1 first. Player 1 actually has 4 prowess and 1 strike. And what we're going to do is we're going to spend the 4 prowess, and that is going to allow us to entice the witch to come to town. So it costs 4 prowess, 0 gold, and the witch now is going to become part of our townspeople. So she's going to go to the discard pile of our townsfolk. That's very good. Unfortunately, all I have left is a strike, and I'm probably playing very badly, but we're going to use the 1 strike. We're going to hit that Reanimator 1 more time. Now when we do that, of course, we have to take a lovely wound. So the wound is also going to go into our discard pile for player 1. That's unfortunate. But our Reanimator now goes from 1 wound to 2. So it still has 6 hit points. It now has only 4 hit points left. Over to player 2, and let's have a look and see what player 2 has got. Player 2 has 3 prowess, a fireball, and an explorer. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at what that means here in a second. And I think I might have had a might card in the first round of this game, which I screwed up because if you look at might, unless I bought it, no, I can't remember. Might says draw another card. So if that's an error, I'll leave a message, but it's too late now. Blew it. All right, over to player 2 here. Let's continue on. So he has 3 prowess, an explorer, and a fireball. He's going to go ahead and he's going to use the fireball, which is doing 1 ranged hit. And you do a ranged hit, and that's going to be, oh, then he can't explore. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use that. You can only do 1 action per turn, unless, of course, you use the mayor, but the mayor's not out. So this is an action. He's going to do 1 hit on the Reanimator, which means we cannot use Explore because that's also an action. Reanimator now is at 3 damage. He's at 3 health of 6. And we don't take a wound for that because ranged, if you do just a ranged attack, you don't take a wound for it. That leaves us with 3 prowess left. And with 3 left, I don't know what really I want to. I can get another gold, would be cost 2. But I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to buy a might card. And I've got to keep, these two look very similar. If you're not looking at them closely, you got to read the top. One's might, one's prowess. So keeping that in mind, that costs us 3. That is going to go into the discard pile for player 2. That is going to conclude this episode. So if I made any mistakes here, I will leave a note to do so. And so far, I have no idea how we're doing. Again, we need to close 2 Shadow Rifts. We haven't even seen one yet. Or we have to build 8 walls. We haven't built 1. So, but we're starting to ramp our decks up a little bit with some better cards. And hopefully that will pay off in the long run. But this Reanimator, of course, is motoring along down the path, which could cause us potential problems. But it's got 3 health of 6, so we may be able to get rid of it soon. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking my videos. If you do, with a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. And join me next time for the continuation of Shadow Rift Deck Builder game. This is edition 1. So there is a second edition out, but this is the first edition. And I hope you're enjoying it. So please join me next time for the continuation of Shadow Rift.